morning. Imagine being on a roller coaster where your adrenaline is pumping and the ride gets exhilarating, but suddenly the tracks disappear and you're left spiraling out of control. This is what experimenting with drugs can feel like, an initial rush that's followed by an unpredictable consequences. So let's talk about the truth about drugs and why it's crucial to stay informed and make safe choices. What we'll be reviewing is the types of drugs, the effects drugs can cause, the causes of drug use, the consequences and treatment and prevention for drugs. So as we all know, drugs are a medicine or another substance which has a psychological effect when it's ingested or otherwise introduced to the body. There is many different types of drugs, such as illegal drugs, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, and recreational drugs. Illegal drugs is a drug that is not prescribed by a doctor or bought at a drugstore. Recreational drugs is a drug taken for enjoyment most of the time. It's taken illegally. Over-the-counter drugs would be where you don't need a prescription or a license to purchase it, basically. Prescription drugs is a pharmaceutical drug that is permitted to be dispensed only to those with a medical prescription. The effects drugs can cause is like mental health issues. People may also develop disorders associated with drug abuse, which is schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity, which is ADHD, generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Their effects can also cause physical health issues, which could be long-term health impacts such as liver, kidney, and heart problems. Certain drugs, depending on how frequently you use them, it could cause dental health problems. Another effects drugs can cause could be psychological effects. Stimulant drugs can make you feel depressed, anxious, and paranoid. The causes of drug use would be like environmental factors, which would be like sometimes family backgrounds. Substance misuse affects families in many ways. The use of alcohol can influence family dynamics, communication styles, patterns of conflicts. Individuals with a family history of addiction are at an even higher risk of developing substance abuse disorder. Another cause of drug use could be like a social factor, which would be like peer pressure. So for example, sometimes people may feel obligated to take the drug because they feel like they're part of a group so they won't be labeled as boring. The consequences of drug use could be like health consequences, chronic diseases. Some examples of chronic diseases you can develop by using drugs are lung disease and heart disease. You can also overdose. It can happen when a toxic amount of drug or combination of drug overwhelms the body. A large amount can cause the person to stop breathing and die if it's not treated the right way. There can also be social consequences, which could be like impact on relationships. Substance abuse can have a profound impact on relationships, causing conflicts and breakdowns. So prevention and treatment, there's like awareness programs to prevent it. So it can play a crucial role in preventing and addressing addiction. It helps individuals make informed decisions about substance use and how they can turn for help, and so how people can support them or someone they know is struggling about this, they can go to like awareness programs. There's also like treatment, like rehab centers. Drug rehabilitation is designed to help people recover from drug and alcohol addiction. There's also therapy. Therapy is where individuals can go have education regarding their addiction, relapse, and their recovery process. It also helps them learn about different healthy ways on how to cope and their communication skills. So I think the biggest thing is that like I dealt with like a family member who was an addict and he became homeless. He was from Texas and then he like came all the way over here. He lost his house, he lost his family, he lost his car. So we like met this people that owned a rehab center from Kansas, and he's doing good, and he has his own apartment now, which is good. So in conclusion, the discussion of drugs is important. By talking about this, we can help raise awareness, educate people on this topic, and offer support to the people who are affected so that they can make better and healthier choices.